Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Rabbi Dessler. I know, I'm going to tell it to you right now. Okay, the question is like this. Okay, so March is always known to be a time where markets are horrible. The first 2 weeks of March are always slow. Generally, March, at the end of March, things slip around. But because there's so much uncertainty and doubt, which I believe is being driven by the Trump administration purposefully, so that they can lower rates. I think that as rates will come down, we'll see jobs coming down a little bit. We'll see everything coming down a little bit. I think we'll be red for a little bit longer than typically. But the way I think that to go into any individual stock right now is very risky. So I think that'll push things even further down. Things that you think have 5-10 year horizon, then don't worry about buying it. But if you want to be protected, S&P 500 is like 22% down from its high, so which means it's on sale. So S&P 500. I love Tesla. Right now, Tesla is getting hammered because of Elon Musk, and Elon Musk is the risk for Tesla. I still think that if they come out with their robotaxi and they come out with a full FSD, which is with the regulation preventing it, and the Tesla bot, I still think it's a great buy. But there's so many people in the market, there's so much competition. I would not buy more than what you have right now. Hold on to it. Let's see what comes out next. I want to see more positive news for Tesla right now. There's too much negative news. But I like the S&P 500. And if you are looking to purchase something on sale, the S&P 500 is on sale. That's my the stocks and sichot for the morning. Okay, fine. So Mordechai would not kneel. We're looking at Rav Dessler. He says as follows. He says there is one puzzling episode in the Megillah. Mordechai knew that Haman was a Amaleki, descendant of the ancient enemy of Israel. Why did he deliberately provoke Haman by ostentatiously refusing to bow down to him? We're on page 171. We refer to elsewhere the Midrash, which tells us how the Jews warned Mordechai of the dangerous consequences of his behavior, a warning he ignores. The Maharal points out that this passage in the Talmud, in Brachot, that is relevant to this question. He quotes the Gemara in Brachot. The Gemara quotes Rabbi Yochanan. Rabbi Yochanan said in the name of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, it is permitted to confront the wicked in this world. Biblical texts support this. To praise the wicked is to abandon Torah. Those who keep the Torah, confront them. There is indeed a text which warns, do not compete with wrongdoers, but only one of faint of heart. Interprets this to contradict the previous text. The meaning here is, do not compete with wrongdoers by copying their ways. So there's two things here. One is the Gemara in Barachot telling us, based on Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, that if you are a righteous person, you're someone that is a tzaddik, you're someone that is working yourself, don't worry about it. But if you're someone that is not, okay, don't compete with them, okay? Only the faint of heart interprets it this way, right? But why? Because we don't want you to, so meaning like if you're the kind of person that has the ability of standing up to the anti-Hamasniks in the street, you probably have a chiyuv to do it. But if you're the kind of guy that's shy and timid, you probably should not be out there protesting against these Amalekite supporters. Like his ancestor Amalek, Haman was an established Jew hater who would have attacked the Jews anyway, sooner or later. He hated the Jews because they are a people of God. His hatred was in fact God hatred. By confronting him, Mordechai was sanctifying the name of God. Though he could have evaded the confrontation, he preferred to perform the mitzvah of Kiddush Hashem. Right? Why? Because here you have a guy who's standing up and pushing his narrative out into the public. There's I'm not sure if you guys saw this, but there was a fascinating article, with Nasrallah, and they interviewed Nasrallah's children, and they said that after the beeper attacks in Lebanon, Nasrallah was depressed. Nasrallah for 30 years evaded Israel. 30 years, figured out a way of getting around them. But the beepers blow up, and now he's depressed. He's got no way. They said he was already gone. Like after the beepers, he was out already. Depression is the worst possible thing. Mordechai standing up to Haman was a way of reinvigorating hope in the Jewish people. That power, that strength. I'm going to end with the following story. We'll pick up here tomorrow. There's Rav Weinberger, who's one of the rabbis in Woodmere, the rabbi at the shul that I pray at when I'm there. And he tells this amazing story of him going to the Lubavitcher Rebbe. He's like, I wanted to go see a rabbi, I wanted to see a tzaddik, I wanted to get chizuk. So he was a student at YU at the time, and he went to see the Lubavitcher Rebbe. You go at mincha time, and you go there, you pray, and at 7:70, you walk on the way out, you walk him out, and hopefully get to say hi to him before the car. So anyway, he's there. There's a lot of people there waiting to see him after mincha, and he's walking into the car, and he's the last one there. The Rebbe turns around, looks at him, and says, "I can't talk, kind of," but goes like this, right? And he just gets in the car and then drives away. He's like, I didn't get a chance to ask him anything, but the fact that he gave me like that fist pump like that, it was just like, it just gave me chizuk. Anyway, about 10 years later, he's going back to the Rebbe again, right? And the whole time, this time he actually gets an audience with him. And when he finally stands up before the Rebbe looks at him, he says, oh, you. He's like, remember?
Come on.
This is a story I heard from the rabbi himself. Okay, now, that's the power of a tzaddik. The power of a tzaddik is something that's so small. Just that little bit of like chizuk. Mordechai was, I'm not afraid. He's the Gadol Hador. He's the greatest man there, right? We live in a time where so many Jews are afraid. There's so much criticism on the Jews of Hollywood. Like, how come they're not standing up? Because they're not righteous people. They shouldn't be standing up. They don't represent me. They don't represent you. If you're a righteous person, you're coming to the Knesset, you're learning, you're praying, why aren't you standing up like Mordechai did? That's the Kiddush Hashem. That's how we get away. That's how we destroy Amalek. Who was punished for not destroying Amalek? Shaul. Why? Because it was a Chilul Hashem. Hashem tells you to do this. I don't want to kill Agag. I don't want to go ahead and maybe we should enjoy some of the spoils of war. But that's not what Shmuel said. Shmuel said, God said, eradicate it. Don't be afraid to stand up to an enemy. If you're a tzaddik, you have a chiyuv to do it, and you will be matzliach. Bezrat Hashem will continue tomorrow. Have a great day. I have to go to bring me a lot. It's going to be a little short today. Have a great day, everybody.